Hello, if you're watching this video, you are working on writing an answer with a main idea and supporting details. So this video will take you through a process, and then at the end you'll have a chance to practice. So you may be familiar with these types of prompts. Your teacher may ask you to write in a journal or something at the beginning of class. Here is an example of something they might ask you to do. Name a piece of technology that you use on a daily basis. Explain how you use it. So this video is going to go through how to develop a short answer to this question that will satisfy everything that your teacher wants you to do. So what are they really asking you when they ask you to answer a question like that? So here are a couple of things that your teacher is looking for, and we'll come back to this a couple of times. So they really want you to use keywords from their prompt in your answer, okay? So you need to take the question and reword it so that it comes up in your topic sentence, which is the first line of your answer. They also want you to use supporting details to support your main idea. You can't just give an idea without giving any supporting details. Then you're going to use connecting words to help your reader make connections between your ideas and your details. You're going to organize them so that they make sense, and then you're going to include an opening and closing that clearly indicates your topic. So we're going to address all of this in the video, and you'll have a chance to practice. Okay, so tip number 1, start your answer with the main idea from the words from the prompt. So name a piece of technology that you use on a daily basis. Explain how you use it. So you can see that in my answer here, I've reworded the question for my topic sentence. A piece of technology that I use on a daily basis is my computer. So you can see the words that I'm repeating here are a piece of technology and daily basis. Both of those appear in my answer, in my very first line. I also just want to draw your attention to the second part of the question. It says explain how you use it. And again, I repurpose some of the words in the prompt into my answer. I use it to do my homework and to play games. Tip number 2 is to reread the question so that you understand where you're supposed to find the information for your answer. So, name a piece of technology that you use on a daily basis. Explain how you use it. So this question, the key word here is you. So it's not asking you to go out and research information on how people use technology. It's not asking you about how teens use technology. It's specifically asking how you use it, which means that you are the source of all the information. At other times your teacher may ask you to locate a source for information, but with this type of question, it's really only about your own ideas. So once you have decided where that information needs to come from, you actually have to come up with the ideas. And you can think of it like a table, like this. So the main idea is the tabletop, but it's really no good without the supporting legs. No one else is going to buy your idea without the supporting details. So there's lots of different kinds of details that you can give. So you can give examples, personal anecdotes, explanations, elaborations. You could paraphrase information from other sources, and you could also give statistics and data. For our purposes, some of these aren't going to work. So for example, because this is asking how I use technology, statistics and data are not going to work. Paraphrase information from other sources are also not going to work. It's a short answer, so I'm probably not going to use elaborations, but I will use examples, personal anecdotes, and explanations. So these are some of the things that you might see in my answer. Once you've decided what you're going to use, then you can put it all together. So you'll notice that the first 2 sentences are the same. They have the rewording from my prompt, but now I've added details. A piece of technology that I use on a daily basis is my computer. I use it to do my homework and to play games. I use my computer to do my homework because most of my teachers put work onto the hub so that students can access it. There is something on there every day that I need to access for school. I also prefer typing my work instead of writing by hand, so this is more easily done on my computer than any other type of technology. Sometimes after doing all that schoolwork, I need a break, so I use my computer to relax and play video games such as Minecraft and Fortnite. I use my computer daily for both work and relaxation. So a couple of things I want to point out in here. We're looking for supporting details. So the main idea is, of course, right up at the top, that I use a computer to do my homework and to play video games. So I want to organize my ideas then by the order that I've mentioned it. So I've mentioned homework first, and then I've mentioned playing games. So let's see what I've done here. So the first, I'm using homework because I'm using a computer because teachers put work on the hub. So that's my first example. I explain that there's something on there every day, which is why I use the computer daily. I also talk about how I prefer typing my work instead of writing by hand, which again is more easily done on a computer than other types of technology, right? It's better than using an iPad or my phone to do this homework. The second part I addressed was that I also use the computer to play games. So then I talk about how sometimes I need a break, so I use my computer to relax, and then I give the examples of 2 games that I often play in order to relax. A couple of other things to point out here. You see my concluding sentence. I use my computer daily for both work and relaxation. And then my topic sentence, which is right up here. So that kind of sandwiches all of the other things in between. One of the other things we told you that we were looking for is transition words or connecting words. So here are some of my connecting words also. So which tells the reader that I prefer typing, which is an additional reason to this other one before that I like using my computer. This sometimes after attaches this idea of homework to why I also may need it to relax, right? So that connecting word connects those 2 ideas. Once you've written your paragraph, what we're going to ask you to do is go back to the success criteria that we listed at the beginning, and it's on your worksheet, so you don't have to worry about memorizing it. And we want you to highlight each of the different success criteria in a different color to prove that you've met all of them. So there are 5 different ones, so you'll need 5 different colors. So the first thing I'm going to do is prove that I use keywords from the prompt in my answer. So I'm going to use red. So here are the keywords from the prompt that I used in my answer. So I highlight that. The next success criteria asks me about the supporting details. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to highlight all the supporting details that I used in my paragraph. So here's another one. The third one is that I use connecting words in my paragraph. So I have a connecting word here with the word also. I also have a connecting phrase here, sometimes after. So those are, that's evidence that I used my connecting words. Finally, or not finally, sorry, fourthly, it asks me to organize my ideas. So I can show you that I organize my ideas by the first idea is about homework. All of this section here is about homework. The second part is about playing games, and this second part down here is about playing games. And actually, as I'm doing it, I'm realizing that that's not very long, and I might want to add more to that second part about playing games. And finally, this time, it asks me to prove that I have an opening and a closing. So here is my opening, and here is my closing. So we don't want you just to write it. We also want you to highlight the different parts of your paragraph to prove to us that you have everything that your answer needs.